I have 5 fragrances here made for women, but I think a man can pull them off just as well. Honestly, no lie. What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy Glam. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are already a part of the Mandy Glam family, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video with me. If you are new to my channel, just a quick introduction. I love fragrances, okay? I love to smell good. That's what I do mostly on my channel, is talk about fragrances. So if you're someone that loves fragrances, you love to smell good, you know somebody that loves to smell good, I would love for you to subscribe and become a part of my family. Let's get into this video because y'all, I'm super excited. I really had to put in some work for this video. I'm not even gonna front. Like, I had to really think hard about some of the choices that I made, okay? So I have 5 fragrances lined up in front of me. All of them are labeled as fragrances for women. I have looked up every last one of them, okay, on Fragrantica, and I wanted to make sure it said for women, okay? Because the first batch I picked out, all of them said for men and women. And I ain't gonna lie, I was shook. I am really shook to find out that most of my fragrances in my collection are unisex. And I don't know why I'm so surprised to find out that most of my fragrances are unisex. Because y'all know, I do love to, you know, wear men's cologne every now and again. If it smells good to me, it smells good to me. I don't care who it's made for. And I'm really interested to see what y'all gonna say. I'm really interested to read the comments. I do feel like out of the 5 that I'm looking at right now, a man could totally pull them off easily, except for one. I'm looking at this one and I'm thinking it might be a little bit too feminine, but we shall see. So without further ado, if you want to see what fragrances I have here in my collection that I think a man could wear, then keep watching this video. All right, let's get started. I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. I want to see what y'all gonna say. I want to see what the comments gonna be like, okay? So the next one is kind of was on the fence. Like, I had to smell it a bunch of times and I was like, you know, I don't know. But after I like reviewed the notes, I'm thinking, okay, maybe. Of course, with some of these fragrances, I feel like the guy is gonna have to be very confident in his manhood. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, pull it off, but I still think he could do it. So in this one, like I said, in this one I had to smell it a few times. I had to spray it and really give it some good whiffs, you know, because I mean, it is targeted for a woman. And this is 5th Avenue Royale by Elizabeth Arden. And let me tell you why I picked this one. I just want to smell it because this one has a liquor in it. I want to say it's rum or cognac. Let me see what it is. Actually, it doesn't say. It just says liquor. And that's in the top note. That's what I smell at first initial spray, is this liquor smell. And you know, men, they love a good cognac, a good whiskey, you know, and that's what I get initially when I first smell this, is some type of cognac, rum. I don't think it's rum. I don't know. I'm thinking cognac. That's what I'm thinking. There's also in the middle patchouli and cedar. In the base, there's suede, there's amberwood, and there's musk. So those notes have a tendency to come off a little bit masculine to me, in my opinion, especially the suede and the patchouli. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a cigar bar, but I have. There was one particular cigar bar in Houston. It's not around anymore. It was a really sexy cigar bar in Houston, and I love to go there. And soon as I walked in, you could smell the cigar, and you know, of course, the men sitting in there with their cigars and their whiskey, cognac, whatever, and it was just a whole vibe, you know what I'm saying? And so when I smell this one, I'm instantly reminded of that cigar bar. And there's also a sweetness in this fragrance. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been into a cigar bar. Not everything is, you know, has a cigar smell. There's actually some cigars that have some sweetness to it. I think some people would smoke like clove cigarettes in there and stuff like that. And that's what I get in here too. I get a smell of like a clove cigarette. If you guys have ever smelled a clove before, it has a very distinctive smell and a slight little sweetness to it. I think that's where the raspberry comes in. It gives it a slight little sweetness, not anything over the top. This, I would not, on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to sweetness, I would give this probably right at a 5, maybe like a 4. This fragrance is very leaning more towards the masculine side to me. That's why I was kind of shocked to find out that this is what Elizabeth Arden made, because she did this. Whatever team or the perfumer behind this fragrance did this. This is a really beautiful fragrance, you guys, and I got it probably for like $15. But again, I don't get a lot of sweetness in this. I get a lot of the patchouli. The suede is coming off real, you know, hard in this fragrance, and that liquor smell in the top. That's what I get. That's why I picked this one, because I feel like a man could totally pull this off. With a slight, it has that a slight little sweetness to it that kind of gives it a little, you know, sexiness to it. It definitely pulls you in and makes you want to keep smelling the guy. If he wore this, like, I would want to keep smelling him, and I would definitely inquire what he was wearing, and I definitely would go out and buy it for myself. So the next one. Now the next one, I feel like I was on the fence with it. I was on the fence with this one as well, more so than the Elizabeth Arden. Okay, this is a beast mode of a fragrance, and I put it in a lineup with that of Tom Ford's Black Orchids, along the lines of those type of fragrances, because it does, in my opinion, borderline unisex. It could borderline unisex. It has a lot of notes in it, a ton of notes in it. There's certain notes though that stick out in this fragrance that makes me feel like a man could totally pull this fragrance off. Okay, it is Angel by Mugler, and you guys know this is a beast of a fragrance. Okay, very beast mode, very different, very in your face, very strong. A lot of people don't like this fragrance, but I love it to death. This is one of my first fragrances from the house of Mugler, and I love it. I love it for its uniqueness. Okay, and again, like I said, there's certain notes in here that I feel like a man could totally pull off, like the patchouli, the chocolate, the tonka bean, the musk, the amber, the sandalwood. There's so many notes in this fragrance. I mean, like 20 notes. And you know, they do consider this fragrance to be a gourmand. I feel like it's more of a dark chocolate gourmand. I don't get a lot of sweetness in this fragrance, even though there's cotton candy in here, pineapple, coconut, jasmine, red berry, blackberry, plum, peach, many notes, rose, nutmeg. There is a busload of notes in this fragrance, but what hits me the most is the patchouli, the chocolate, the tonka bean, the musk, the sandalwood, and the nutmeg. There's also honey in here. I don't know if I have mentioned that, but it's, in my opinion, I honestly feel like a guy could totally pull this off. If you are a guy and you're following me and you've sprayed this on your skin, or you own it, let me know. Tell me down in the comments. I'm curious. I'm curious to find out how many men actually own and wear this fragrance. You guys already know that my stand on fragrances. I feel like no matter who it's targeted for, I feel like anybody could pull the fragrance off. But I honestly feel like a man could totally rock this fragrance, for real, for real. Like, I could just see it. I could just smell it on a guy. Just being out and about, him passing me by, and I'm like, whoa, are you wearing Angel? And he probably would be like, yes. And I would be like, wow, it smells so good on you. I would really, really love to smell this on a man, honestly. Okay, so my next one, I'm not even gonna front, you guys. I'm on the fence with this one a lot. And it's because of the rose component in this fragrance. I had to pull up the next fragrance because I'm really, really, really on the fence with it. I don't know. Let me even look at it and see what they're saying on Fragrantica, because you know on Fragrantica you can kind of look and see, oh, like only like 11 people voted that this is a unisex fragrance. A lot of people say this is more for a female than it is for a man on Fragrantica. But this one may be a reach. This one may be a little bit of a reach, but I'm feeling like because of the notes in it that a guy could totally pull this off for real. And it is Elena exclusive. Okay, hear me out, because I know y'all gasping right now and clutching your pearls and like, girl, yeah, that was a reach for real. But hold on, let me just tell you why I picked this one, okay? Because of the notes, some of the notes that are in this fragrance. And I'm gonna tell you the first reason why. It was either between this one and Shagoff Oud. I feel like this fragrance and Shagoff Oud has a lot of similarities, okay? And when I looked up Shagoff Oud, it said that it was unisex for men and women. And I was like, no, I have to pick one specifically that says for a woman. And I went with this one because I feel like this one reminds me so much of Shagoff Oud. And let's get into the notes. The second reason why I feel like a guy could pull this off is because I'm reading the notes, right? And the notes say in the middle, there is, of course, Turkish rose, argwood, and they have in quotation, oud, okay, and incense. In the base, you get vanilla, amber, and woody notes. Now, you know, y'all know fragrances for men, like I said in the beginning of this video, I feel like men fragrances have more oud in them and incensey notes and woody notes, okay? That's been my experience thus far because I do own a nice amount of men fragrances, and so when I read the notes, these are the notes that constantly kind of come up, right? So, but I think what kind of makes it more feminine is that rose, but the rose in it is a very like I said, I always use the word mature. I want to find a different word than mature for the rose. I feel like it's an aged rose. I don't know if that's a better word, but the rose is aged, and not aged in a bad way. You know how sometimes when you go to a steakhouse and the waiter comes out and tell you, oh, this beef was aged for like a week before we grilled it for you. That's how the rose is in this fragrance. I feel like the rose was aged for a certain amount of time, and then they put it in this fragrance. So it's not a very fresh rose. It's an aged rose, in my opinion, that's why I feel like a guy could pull it off, along with that oud, that argwood, oud, incensey, and the woody notes. I honestly feel like the right guy has to have, you gotta be confident now. You gotta be confident. You just can't be, you know, because you gonna smell pretty, but you gonna smell pretty damn good, okay? Fragrance comes off a little bit spicy to me, a little bit incensey, a little oudy, definitely woody. It just gives me that vibe, you know? I feel like this should honestly be labeled unisex. Again, if you're a man and you're watching this video, comment down below and let me know if you have this. And I feel like a couple of men in the fragrance community, nah, I ain't gonna say a couple, I'm gonna just say one guy, Mr. Cologne. I feel like in some of his videos, I have seen him grab for this fragrance. I don't know if it is the Delena or the Delena exclusive. I'm gonna tag you, Mr. Cologne, in this video, and I want you to comment. Please comment, because I'm curious to know if you have Delena or Delena exclusive. And if you do wear it, you know, go into detail with the people and let them know how you feel about it as a man wearing this fragrance, because I feel like I've seen you wear it before, and I'm curious to get your take on it, okay? Because I could totally just knock this out the park. I'm just saying, I feel like it will be a banger on a guy. Just my opinions. Ooh, I can smell this all day. Okay, moving along to the next one. Now this one I just added into my collection this past week. And you guys are probably, I don't know if I would have put this video up yet or not, but anyway, I got it because I was reminiscing about the 90s, and I had the original. This is a flanker, I believe. This is Prada Amber, okay? Now this thing be thangin'. This thing is something else, honey. And do I remember it being this beastly? I can't remember, but I feel like a man could definitely rock the hell out of this fragrance, because I don't want to spray it twice. It is a beast of a fragrance. When I tell you guys, this ain't nothing to play with. Don't play with this fragrance. Play with your mama. Like, yeah, because it's no joke. It's no joke. You definitely have to have a certain personality to wear this fragrance. And I guess that's probably why I picked it, because I like odd fragrances. I like odd smells. I don't ever want to, you know, pick the same thing over and over again, which I feel like I've been doing a lot lately. So yeah, let's get into the notes though. Let's get into why I chose this fragrance, okay? Okay, it definitely said for woman. I made sure of that. Let's see what they saying on Fragrantica as far as like unisex. Okay. All right, so 36 people, I assume, said that this is unisex. So it's kind of even. There's an even line for female and unisex, which I totally agree. This is definitely a unisex fragrance in my opinion. Let's go over the notes. So again, there's oak moss in here, and I feel like oak moss could come off kind of woody and very dry and very smoky, okay? There's also musk in here, and patchouli, and also amber, and sandalwood, and benzoin. Okay, in the top there's a lot of green notes. I found that there's a lot of green notes in men fragrances, and there's a lot of green notes in this fragrance: tarragon, bergamot, and it just says green notes. But yeah, in the middle there's some honey, carnation, lang lang, and jasmine, and rose. And there's nothing really sweet about this fragrance at all. It is a very earthy, dry fragrance, a very woody fragrance, a very green fragrance, almost a little mossy, you know, like a, and I actually like it. I feel like this thing is gonna perform very well in the winter months. If you're a guy and you get this fragrance, don't wear it right now, baby. Don't wear this. Like, do not wear this in the spring or summer. Get you something citrusy, okay, to wear right now. Don't wear this one right now unless you're going on a date night. Maybe, okay. But in all honesty, I would recommend you wear this one in the cooler months, okay? Period. But yeah, I honestly feel like a man could totally rock this thing, and probably rock it better than a woman, honestly, because it just gives me masculine vibes. Totally. But I love it, and the dry down is amazing. I don't care for that initial blast. The dry down for me is where it's at in that fragrance. And again, I feel like a man could totally wear it. Fragrance. This is my honorable mention fragrance. I feel like every time I smell this fragrance, it reminds me of a detergent. I wish they would literally put this in a detergent, because this would sell like hotcakes, honestly. This is CK Into You Her, okay? Now, every time I smell this, I always say this has a very masculine touch to it, but in a very sexy way, okay? And honestly, I feel like a couple of other reviewers that have smelled this fragrance probably feel the same way. This is a citrusy fragrance, okay? Oh my God, it's beautiful. There's definitely some orange in here somewhere. The orange is coming off really nice. Man, there's probably a little bit of green notes in here, maybe some sandalwood. I don't see it being oody or anything like that at all. So let's see what the notes are. Okay, I don't know why, but every time I smell this, I always say orange, but it's not orange. It's actually pink grapefruit in the top. There's also bergamot in here, which, you know, gives it also a little bit more depth in the fragrance. I think it comes off a little woody almost. There's red currant leaf in here. In the middle you get cactus, so it has a very green element to this fragrance. There's also orchid in here, and the base is vanilla, red cedar, and amber. I don't know where I got sandalwood from, but that cedar is what gives it to me a masculine touch to it. Also the grapefruits and the green notes in the fragrance. I have some of the men fragrances that I do own, they have like I said, a citrusy note in it. I want to say I have one by Versace, and Versace to me is known for citrusy notes. I feel like this fragrance is definitely good for right now, spring and summer. Man, this would be a great fragrance to wear to the gym if you're gonna be outside and sweaty. I feel like it's just gonna perform very well in the heat. But this is like I said, it comes off very masculine to me. So this is my honorable mention. CK Into You Her. I really need to pull this out and wear it right now. This easily could be like an everyday signature scent for me, or something that I can spray on when I get out of the shower. I actually probably could spray it on and wear it to bed. It's just one of those fragrances, easy grab, nothing to think about, just spray and go, okay? I know y'all gonna be talking about that Elena exclusive. I can't wait to see what y'all gonna say. I can't wait. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. I love when you guys do that, because it actually lets me know that you're digging my content and you're digging me, okay? So hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you're into fragrances, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the little gray notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video and you don't miss out, okay? Thank you again for your support on my channel. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.